Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where amazing stories are shared.
And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay.
Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where amazing stories are shared.
And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay.
Is some of the songs that you wrote on your album. The first one I want to talk to you about is What's Your Name? What's My Name? What's Your Name?
Mm-hmm.
How did you come up with that concept?
Oh boy. That actually came out of an experience that I had with a church that I was in and had been in for many years, probably about 18 years. And when I started going to that church when I was in Louisville, and then I moved to New York and I was a part of the same church. I moved to New York actually because that particular congregation had a really vibrant performing arts ministry.
Right.
And but it fell apart because one of the leaders of the church, this was an international church.
Okay.
One of the leaders who actually used to lead the church in London, I believe is where he was at the time. He's from Canada, but at the time he was leading the church in London, and he decided to write this, well, he called it a letter. I call it a doctoral dissertation. Because it was at least a good 50 pages long. And what he did was he basically blew the whistle on a lot of the extra biblical concepts to Christianity that the church added that have nothing to do with the Bible. A lot of financial improprieties, a lot of manipulation, even, dare I say, a tiny touch of brainwashing,
Wow.
depending on who you were and how
Right.
stable you were.
Right.
And so when it fell apart, I never had an issue with God or who God is when it fell apart, because my
Right.
relationship with God was not necessarily based on that church.
Okay.
So when it fell apart, God is God. It's no big deal. Same person. It's just this church is wackadoodle. But then all of a sudden, these people in the church that you thought were your friends, suddenly you realize they're not. And suddenly nobody wants to talk to anybody anymore. And suddenly what really starts to happen is everybody becomes who they really are versus this being they're trying to be.
Correct.
And so that's why I came up with, what's my name? What's your name? In other words, who are you? What happened? Where'd everybody go?
Right.
So that's where it came. Like the first verse says, we started out as friends, never strayed too far from each other's hearts, or maybe so I thought. Now you start acting strange. Things are not the same. When you see my face, now you don't know my name. You flipped your script on me, baby. Turned out to be kind of shady. I hope you're happy now, because what you're putting out, you're getting back. So, that's basically where all that came from.
So, as an artist, we were talking before we started doing the video here. As an artist, what have you found a little bit more disconcerting that you did not find disconcerting when you were just a regular person?
Well, one thing about the pop music industry, first of all, the operative word is pop. It's very, it's a flavor of the month culture.
Right.
And so as a musician, and as a true musician, of course, this is just my opinion, but you can only take it but so seriously. And I'm sure that a lot of musicians especially who've had serious training, will agree with me that you can only take it so seriously.
Right.
The thing about it is you have so many artists who are dead now because they believed their own hype. They believed their own press. They thought everybody loves me. The world loves me. I'm just it. I'm blah. And I'm like,
Right.
no, they don't love you. They love what you do. And as soon as you understand that, now you can enjoy what you do. Okay? Do your concert, have your fun, shake your behind, take your money, and go home.
Exactly.
Pour yourself a glass of wine and sit down in a rocking chair and turn the TV on. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. And, I've done performances where, people just, in fact, there's a performance I just did not too long ago, a couple of months ago. And I mean, people were like up dancing in the aisles and just losing their mind and singing along with and going crazy, which is a lot of fun. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because that what you're doing is leading and motivating them to enjoy themselves. But if you keep it right there, then you're fine. If you start turning it into they love me, now you're in trouble.
Right.
So I enjoyed it. It was fun. I had a good time. I shook hands. Everybody came up and gave me a hug. And then I went home and went to bed.
So tell us out here, for the ladies out here who want to know, are you single?
Yes, I am single. I was married. I've been divorced for about 10 years, I guess. Yeah, about 10 years. But I am single.
Okay.
And I live alone, and I don't mind living alone, because I was alone a lot when I was growing up. Even though I had siblings, but my brothers are considerably older than I am. I mean, my oldest brother actually, who passed away about 5.5 years ago, but he was 15 years older than I am.
Okay.
And he went to college by the time I was about 2 or 3, and never came back home to live. I mean, of course, we saw each other holidays and this, that, and the third, but it's not like I grew up with him. My next brother is about 13 years older, so I don't know those two that well. My sister, I was sort of close to, but she graduated from college when I was in 9th grade, and so I got accustomed to entertaining myself, and especially training as a musician at such a young age. You get used to practicing. It's a very solitary kind of thing. Yeah. Because you got to practice hours, especially if you're trying to do classical music. You got to practice hours and hours a day. So, and that's the reason why some kids just, it's like, no. But for me, I mean, my first love is classical music, even though I don't do that for a living. But
what are some of your classic artists?
But yes, to answer your question after my favorite classical people.
Yeah.
You know what you're asking?
Yes.
Pianistically, Chopin is one of my favorites. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, such romantic music. I mean, singable. You can hear it in a concert hall, never having heard it before, and then walk out of the concert hall and remember it. That's when you know you got really, really good music. Orchestrally, Tchaikovsky. I love me some Tchaikovsky. Yes, that's my man. And I love Maurice Ravel. I'm into a lot of different composers, but yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna bring on the actual owner of the show. His name is Anthony, and I'm pretty sure that he has some questions for you too. But while he's coming in, just tell us, because you were talking to me about as a blind person, how you've had trouble meeting friends and dating. So could you go into a little bit about that real quick while Anthony comes in?
Sure. Because especially living in a smaller town, like when I lived in New York City, like I said, you could look like an orangutan and nobody cares. But but when you live in, as my mother used to say, booty butt bill wherever, um, people start to, they get like, well, I don't know you, and you're visually impaired, and I don't know what to say, and I'm just not going to say anything, and I'm going to stay over here, and you stay over there, and yada yada yada. So it's a little difficult. Like, I don't have a whole lot of friends here. I really have maybe 2 or 3 friends. I have a lot of people I would call very nice, friendly acquaintances. But I don't have a whole lot of friends. And definitely dating, that gets to be really tenuous because, again, now you're starting to go toward a more, toward a deeper level of a relationship. And a lot of people, I mean, if they're nervous around you just as an acquaintance, I mean, imagine what it's going to be like as they try to build a deeper relationship, and it can get a little bit strange.
Well, let me stop. Let me stop you on that because
okay.
we're not going to even belabel the point. You're a superstar. It doesn't matter if they get nervous because you're about to sell some records. And real talk, I mean, if they get nervous, and that's their business. I'm cut from a different cloth. So let them get nervous. Let them know you or whatever. And you'll be able to decipher whether a female loves you for Rod Clemmons, the man, or Rod Clemmons, the musician, whatever. So, I don't even want to hear that kind of discussion because it's going to happen. You're going to have, your album is great. Tell the people the name of the album. Tell the people the name of the album right quick.
The album is called What's Up, It's Me.
And I love the cut. What's Up, It's Me.
Thank you.
As I mentioned earlier to you, it kind of puts me in the mind of John B. and Babyface on that level. I mean, you have a very good voice, and I really want while my co-host is getting ready to surprise us all, because what I'm gonna, well, I'll tell you later. I definitely want everybody to go out, tell the people where the album is, where they can find it, how they can get it, how much it costs, because we ain't giving out nothing free. I'm not the manager, but this is how it is. Y'all need to go check it. Y'all need to check them out. I had one guy purchase the song because of the fact that he heard it and I put it out there for him. So tell them where they can get it at. Tell them where they can get it at.
It is available as downloads on iTunes.com/Rod Clemmons, and Clemmons is with 2 M's, CLEMMONS.
And for the ladies, the MM stands for good. So go ahead. Go ahead.
That was good.
Okay, go ahead.
You can also get downloads or the CDs at cdbaby.com/CD/Rod Clemmons 12. You can also get it at Amazon, either as downloads or CDs, Amazon.com. And pretty much any online digital or CD store, BarnesandNoble.com. Any of those stores, any of the online stores. If you go to a brick and mortar store like a Barnes and Noble or something, they certainly have it in their system, and they will order it for you if they don't have it.
Okay.
But you can definitely get it from there, and you can also, of course, stream it on any subscription streaming audio. Google Play, Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify.
And how has the reception been as far as the album goes? How has the reception been?
It's been doing very well, and especially being an independent artist, which of course is a lot more in vogue than it used to be, but it's not the easiest thing still. But like the video for What's Up, It's Me, which is also on YouTube, has gotten almost 20,000 views. That's a lot of views. All right. Well, the song is basically inspired by the passing of my father, actually. It is a metaphor. The verses are as if my father was speaking to me from heaven, and the choruses are a back and forth between the two of us. So that's pretty much how the song came about.
What's Up, It's Me by Rod Clemmons on Amazon Music.
We could give you only a snippet because, guys, we own no copyright to this song. So to keep all of us from getting in trouble and going to jail, we have to say that again.
I like that. Well, Rod, we're gonna make this. I didn't tell my co-host yet, and I'm glad we lengthened this. We're gonna make this into a 2-part series. So, um, we definitely appreciate you coming on, and I'm gonna let her do the closing and what have you, and whatever else you want to do that for us. Thank you,
Wonderful.
Nicole.
All right. So, Rod, before we go, what encouraging words would you like to say to our audience?
I would say, this is coming from being in this industry, which, like I said, is a very, very rough and tumble business. And especially being an independent artist where so much of the financial support of it is coming directly from you. But if that is what God has given you to do, or whatever God has given you to do, whatever that skill is, it doesn't make any difference what it is, and you know that, and you're sure of it, and you're confident, then do everything you need to do to make that happen, and do not let anybody get in your way. Don't let anybody tell you no. Don't let anybody slow you down. Open your mouth and ask for what you want. I love that scripture in the Bible that says, you do not have because you do not ask. So open your mouth and ask for what you want, because at some point, somebody is going to give it to you.
Amen. Amen.
And that's what I would say.
I want you to let the audience know out there that you are actually coming to Arkansas. So do your little plug for Arkansas, and then take us on out of here.
Okay, I'm coming to the Arkansas School for the Blind is having its 100th annual alumni convention. Actually, it starts a week from today, May 24th. I'm doing a concert for the alumni convention on Saturday, May 25th at 2 p.m. So if any of you are in the area, Little Rock, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Conway, Hot Springs, wherever in the area, and can make it to the concert, come on out. It's only $5 admission. All the proceeds are going back to the Alumni Association with their work with the students at the school, particularly the graduating students, and the work that they do every year with them. And it's going to be great. I've got a great band of local musicians from the Little Rock and Pine Bluff area. Wonderful singers from, they used to be at UAPB. I think they've all graduated now. But, and some of the musicians are also from UAPB, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, which is where I'm from. And my dad was a professor, basketball coach, and athletic director there. And it's going to be great. Also, we're doing TV interviews on Good Morning Arkansas on Channel 7 this Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock Central Time, and Fox 16 on Thursday morning at 8:45 Central Time. And so we got a few things to do.
Okay. I'd like to say it has been a pleasure doing this interview with you, and thank you for coming out and doing this with us, because you didn't have to do this. So I just want to say thank you.
I'm very honored to be a part of this.
So I'm going to take us out of here, guys. Once again, it was Rod Clemmons. He does the song What's Up It's Me. Y'all check him out on all musical platforms. And thank you for coming to the Parker Daniel Show. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because like we always say, we make changes, no excuses. Y'all, mwah.
Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away. And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way.